Hey, this is Bill Gross, the LA probate expert, with an update on the market today. Is the market too hot? Is it too cold? Or is it just right? I'm thinking more and more, it's just about right. It's a little more aggressive for sellers right now, but it's pretty good. And let's take a look at the data. If you didn't follow my videos, you know I regularly say that I don't think the real estate press serves the consumer because the headlines are too sensational. Either the market is too way red hot and it's blowing up, you're going to miss out if you'll buy right now, click here. Or the market's going to fall apart next week, don't get caught, click here. And either way, it's too sensational for the most part. Now, we've had some drama in real estate in all of our economy, in all of our country for the last couple of years. But in the real estate market right now, I will say to you, I think that's a good market. It's tight, it's aggressive, but it is not sensational either way. And most importantly, let's take a look at data that will back that up. And I always say in my email every week, let's look at the data. That's one of my favorite phrases because I think at the end of the day, the numbers are what are critical to understand this market or any market. So let's take a look at that. The first thing I'm going to show you is a report that I saw from Zillow on, oops, lost my spot there, share screen, on Zillow on where the market is, I'm sorry, this is my own data, where the market is selling properties in relation to the list price. So what that means is if a property is listed, what's it likely to sell for? Now, some properties come on the market priced too low artificially to create an auction knowing a lot of people show up, a lot of people bid on that. But when a property's been in the market for 2-3 weeks, it means that it's been in the market and it's either a little too high price or about ready to hit the sale price after 2 or 3 weeks. And so when buyers repeatedly find properties that are brand new and they're red hot with competition, that just means they're picking out the auction properties and being attracted to them. But overall, take a look at the data I pulled here from our MLS, and you can see for the last year, homes have sold for about 100% of the list price, as high as 104%, I think, in July or August, and 103 or 102 in the other months. What does that mean? On a $1 million house that's listed at $1 million, that means it's going to sell for about $1,040,000 on average. Not $1.2 million, not $1.1 million, $1.040,000, about $40,000 over the list price. And in other months, $1,030,000, $1,020,000. So when you look at the average, you need to know that if the property is on the market and priced right, you should expect some competition and you should expect to price it a little bit over the list price. Now, if it's been on the market for 30 days or more, by definition, it means it's probably overpriced. And that's where you get the ones that go below the list price. But if it's a newer listing in the first 2-3 weeks, you need to understand it's probably going to be competitive. You have to offer at least the list price or 2 or 3% more. So that's the market, not 10% more, not 20% more. There are stories like that. There are examples, but on average, it's about 2 to 4% more than list price. Now, what does that mean if you're a buyer? Well, you know what's really interesting? Zillow did an amazing survey. You look at the data. Of buyers, on average, they only offer on 2 properties. That means for all the stories I've heard and read about buyers looking for so many and being frustrated, in reality, on average, and this is my experience, they offer on 1 and maybe get it the second time. I always feel like they get their nose bloodied the first one because they weren't really prepared, didn't follow my advice of getting the lending ready and get themselves ready in a competitive mindset to get at the property. And by the second time they did and got the offer accepted. And here's Zillow showing us that on the average nationwide, buyers average offering 2 properties for each one they buy. Interesting statistic. Another statistic I find fascinating is that home inspections, while they're waived, and there have been stories in the press about buyers having to waive inspections, in reality, it's only about 10% of them are waived, which means probably those are properties either going to be torn down anyhow or need substantial rework. So probably 9 out of 10 times, almost all properties that somebody's planning to move into in that condition, you should have an inspection and don't get intimidated or pushed out. And find a strategy to get your inspection done and in quickly so you don't hold up the process. But as a buyer, you want to know what you're buying. If you're investing in a $500,000 or $1 million property, it's definitely worth $400 or $500 to get a professional's input into the physical structure and systems of the property. So what does that mean? Well, the market's not so hot that properties are going 10% over list price. On average, it's 3 to 4%. And the market's not so cold that buyers aren't active at all, but buyers are only offering about 2 properties for every one they buy. What does that mean? If you want to sell property today, price it correctly to get interest, to get eyeballs on your property, to get people in the door. That's the critical piece. With all the technology, with all the 3D and video and everything today, buyers, for the most part, are going to go in the property and make a decision there. You want to get them in the property based on the pricing and at least some photographs to give an idea of what they're looking to buy. That's if you're looking to sell. If you're buying a property, get prepared. Know you'll probably have to make a couple offers, but be willing to do that. That's the process to get into. If I can help, call, text, email me. Whatever I can do to be of assistance, I'm here for you. Make today your best day ever. Make this week your best week ever. Thanks so much.